The joys and pain of the FA Cup. If you are FPL manager, do you keep Semenyo in your team or do you sell him? So Nelly's tried to push him off, obviously because when you're off the pitch, you could get treatment and not affect the game. Behind the scenes, from Beyond The Sidelines.
It's a really good ball. It's Shabalala.
It's game week 22. It's me and Els, the Beyond The Sidelines pod. Missing Corey and Craig, but we've got to do what we do. This week we're going to cover everything game week 22, FPL, AFCON, FA Cup, and a few other bits. But firstly, please make sure you're following us. Following the Instagram, Twitter, or X. X has been moving wild right now. Have you seen the Grok AI?
The Grok thing?
Yeah, it's moving wild right now.
I had a couple cases of trying to get drawn up.
Blood, it's mad. So yeah, Grok, YouTube, and TikTok. So Beyond The Sidelines pod. Have a little search and follow and show us some love.
Like and subscribe, comment too.
Yeah, you know that. But yeah, FPL first. Are you looking ready for game week 22?
How am I looking?
Are you ready for it?
Do you think I've looked? It's FA Cup. I've been on holiday.
You know what? Do you know what? See, when it's the FA Cup or a week off, like the stress, the group chat's a bit quiet.
Yeah.
It's all nice. But first, obviously, if you've been following us and you're part of our league, we've got to do our team of the week, bum of the week, and our top three so far. So we've got a cash pot that we're going to be giving out at the end of the season. £350 to the winner, £100 to second place, and £50 to third place. So who's winning at the moment?
Who's winning at the moment is someone who seems to, you just can't knock him out of the top three. Right. I think he's been there potentially since the start. PD All-Stars is in first place, aiming to win that £350.
PD All-Stars, Mr. Consistent, can't knock you. And he's just always top.
Every week.
Teams never dipping.
Do you know what? He dips only during when the games ain't finished.
Yeah.
When the game's finished, he's back to number one.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing. So big up PD All-Stars. Second, we've got Obi-Wan Bissaka.
He's another consistent one though. I don't think he drops out of top three. And if he does, it's definitely not for too long.
No. He's running for the third £100. And third, we've got someone new at the moment.
Yeah?
Because normally, Show Me the Money's in there.
That's it. He took a little bit of a dip.
Yeah.
Who took his place?
Pitch Lords. Pitch Lodge is there, third place with £50. Obviously, we've got to big up our team of the week. Who's team of the week this week?
Team of the week is Jam at Ndidi Party.
Yeah.
I think he secured 70 points, 71 points actually. So big him up on that week.
This week went like a high scoring week.
Nah, not really. Well, I think the person who got the highest, they got like 100 and something.
Well, in the universe.
In the FPL universe.
Yeah, but he's probably triple captain.
His team was a bit crazy. It was one of those weeks where obviously he had Kelleher. He had a big hit with that 13 points. He had Bruno in there. He had bench boost. So he had DCL, Gay, Wilson, Raya. Everyone returned on that.
Oh, so you used the chip as well.
Yeah.
But look, even 118 and it's not mad crazy.
It's true. I mean, from his first 11 and the bench, he only had 3 players that didn't give returns. That was Chalobah, Foden and Rice. Other than that, everyone gave him returns.
I think Foden might be hitting his purple patch is done, you know. We're going to talk about Man City in a bit anyway.
Yeah.
And sadly, we've got to shine the torch on the bum of the week. Listen, Mr. No-Co.
Mr. No-Co, your team was a no-go. 21 points.
Wait, is that 21? He must have done some minuses. There's no way you could have got
4 transfers, minus 12.
So man done investments and there was no returns.
No returns.
Fuming.
And do you know what makes it even worse? He had Becker on his bench, Calvert-Lewin on his bench. Both of them returned.
Yeah, sad. That's the pain, you know, when you do them transfers. And listen, I had Gay and Konsa, and I thought, someone's going to concede, and they go do a 0-0. So they both returned and then King gets a red card, but obviously he scored. So
yeah, that's what burned me as well, because I had Van Dijk on the bench. I thought Arsenal was gonna.
Yeah.
Do you know? I didn't really care. It was one of those games I didn't really care about the result too much, but I genuinely thought Arsenal would have scored. So I was like, Van Dijk.
Well, I thought Liverpool set up to not to not lose, and Arsenal set up not to lose as well. So it was a bit of a stalemate. It was a stalemate. But yeah, so big up all the presidents and presidentes in our BTS league. We're gonna hopefully make someone a bit rich, not rich or richer in a couple weeks or couple months. But yeah, keep following the party. And this week, game week 22, there's a lot of changes happening. We got the Manchester derby with Man United with no manager.
No manager.
We've got Chelsea v Brentford.
Another derby.
I mean, we've got a fake derby with the South Side with
the South Coast derby.
South Coast derby, if you want to call it a derby.
Brighton and Bournemouth.
So let's talk about the Manchester derby. Saturday, 12:30 early kickoff.
Hey,
we all know
United's going to win. Now, do you know what? It's an interesting one because obviously it's a derby match. We always know derby matches can be anything. It could be high scoring, it could be a 0-0, it could be a team getting panned. I think everything, when you look at it on face value, everything looks like United's about to get panned. Do I think they're going to get panned? Yes.
You think so?
But it is early morning kickoffs and
spinners.
If you've been following us, early morning kickoff is a real thing. Spinners is a real thing on that Saturday 12:30.
I don't know why is that though. Like what? Do these man don't wake up and have breakfast or something like that?
I don't know what it is. It's
like we don't ever bet on the Saturday 12:30 games. It's long. You're losing.
Yeah.
It's risky.
Too often.
It's risky.
It's a 50-50, which is crazy.
I think obviously with Manchester, you got a couple players returning back from AFCON, Ahmad and Bremo.
Mm-hmm.
Add some firepower to you lot's team. Sesko looked good in the FA Cup.
Yeah, obviously. So
Cunha's there or thereabouts. Fernandez is back, and it is your local derby, so it's like a final for you lot, really. Isn't it?
Do you know what? It's funny the amount of pressure on this game to be going into it with no manager. And my thing is, obviously, we're looking into the interims now, and if you was one of the options coming as an interim, would you be like, yeah, I'll start after the derby? Or would you be like, no, I want to be in that derby?
I think it depends. If it's an ex-Manchester player, I think I want to be there for the derby. Because if I do win, then it's me, innit?
And if you do lose, it's like,
whatever, innit? We'll get onto the Man United managerial position later. Chelsea v Brentford.
Chelsea's new manager as well.
Chelsea's got a new manager. Brentford's got Thiago banging goals. Chelsea's been looking leaky. So I think
that could be a high-scoring game.
Or like a 2-2.
Yeah, I don't think there's a clean sheet.
No, it's definitely not a clean sheet in there. Thiago's definitely scoring.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously Palmer's making his way back to potentially, this might be his first 90-minute game.
Do you know what I want to speak about Palmer? Because it's been in the back of my mind for a minute. Palmer was the golden boy last year. Mm-hmm. Is it a thing or Palmer was a one-hit season wonder? I
don't think so. I think Palmer's got talent.
No, I'm not saying he's got talent.
No, I'm not. But I'm saying I think he's got talent, and I think he is consistent.
Injured.
Injured. That's why I was going to drop onto this. Obviously, this season he's obviously been having his injuries, but I think once the team's once the manager's in and he sets the standard, I think Palmer will be back being a consistent player.
Yeah, but okay. But
you don't think so?
I don't know. I think he's a star player, but I just feel like the season has been off for him, innit? So
yeah,
is it a thing that we actually have to look at? You know, some players have a great season, and when do we criticise them because no one criticising him for not his GAs have been low
because he's been injured. I think, yeah.
Am I being harsh?
Yeah, at this moment, yeah. Obviously, I think give it a couple of game weeks. He hasn't even had many 90 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, true.
This potentially could be his first 90-minute game. I think once he has a few 90-minute games underneath his belt, that's when the real reveal will be.
Okay, and obviously World Cup year as well. You've got to play your skin out because obviously
100%. And they got options. England's got options.
Because Rodgers is looking decent. Look like a good shout. Right, obviously we're in January. Mm-hmm. And there are transfers happening. So far, we've only had 2 major transfers. We had Johnson to Crystal Palace. And I think the biggest one we've had is Semenyo to City. So, if you are FPL manager, do you keep Semenyo in your team or do you sell him?
Personally, I think you sell him. Purely because of Pep's roulette. We just don't know whether he's going to hit the ground running. Obviously, he started in FA Cup and he done well. But we know what Pep's like. Yeah. That's not enough to secure, unless you're Haaland, that's not enough to guarantee you're playing in and out. I think he probably will start the first game, but whether he's starting every game, do you know what, actually? I know I just said that, but I changed my mind. The first game, if he starts, keep him. If he doesn't, I'll get rid of him. Because getting rid of him means he's not going to start every game, which means you may have him sitting on your bench from now. Especially if you've got 3 City players straight away, already before Semenyo comes. Now when he comes, your next transfer has to be a City player.
True, because you can't have more than 3 players. So if you've got Cherky, Foden and Haaland, you've got that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now you've got Semenyo as well.
Luckily, I don't have that problem. But that's what I mean. Obviously, if you've got other issues in your team that you need to fix, you don't have a choice. You have to get rid of one of them.
Yeah. All right. If you've got Cherky, Semenyo, Foden, which one goes?
I think I'd get rid of Cherky. Just because most recently, he's been the one that's been subject to less minutes.
Yeah.
He came on for like 16, 17 minutes in the last game.
Yeah, he upset me last game.
Yeah, you and me both, because I was hoping he weren't going to show and I would have got Virgil on for him.
Yeah. I actually swapped Foden for Cherky. Only because of the funds.
Yeah.
Funds, because I think they got the same output, but they're like 3 million difference or 2.5 million difference or something like that. So for the funds, I swapped Cherky, and then it hasn't paid off just yet.
Just yet.
Yeah,
that's what I would do.
All right, so I've got Semenyo, Cherky, and Haaland. So I've got 3 players, and I think Semenyo's going in my team.
Is it?
I think Semenyo's got to go.
You don't think he'll start next game?
I think he'll start, but I don't think he'll get as many minutes. I don't know. I actually don't know, but
that's the thing with Pep. You just don't know. Like even Semenyo starting an FA Cup, scoring a goal, you don't know if that's enough for Pep to be like, oh cool, we're starting the next game.
Yeah. Right. FPL, if there's one transfer you have to do this week, what transfer would it be?
I'll be honest, I think it has to be Gabriel.
Gabriel?
Yeah. If you don't have Gabriel yet, you need to get him in this team. I think he's shown that even if they concede, there's a chance of you getting a goal from him. I think obviously bringing him in this week against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a clean sheet. And then obviously the run of games that he has as well, United's after that, that's going to be another clean sheet.
Well, don't talk down on United. We conceded against Portsmouth. So anything's possible. We have been conceding recently.
Yeah, but I don't think United's been scoring enough or been that much of a threat to guarantee that they won't score against the best defence in the league.
All right, so if I was going to... I don't have no Arsenal defenders in my team.
Why? No, but do you have Rail?
No. I had Timber and then I sold him.
To be fair though, just off recently, that's not a bad shot, because like you said, because Arsenal has been conceding, unless you had Gabriel where you'd get the goal, it's not that much of a bad shot.
I'm going to put Gabriel in soon.
Yeah.
Maybe this week.
But I think for Arsenal, obviously, Gabriel and Saliba's both back fit. They've had a few games. I think the clean sheets are coming back now.
Yeah. I think my pick this week, who you have to sign, is Bruno Guimaraes. They're playing Wolves, I think. They're playing Wolves. So we know Wolves are leaky, probably the worst Prem. Do you know what? I want to say this. Wolves are the worst Prem teams that we've seen. Like, I don't know how they have so much talent and they've sold and they haven't replaced. Like, their scouting system hasn't worked out for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my pick. So you're saying Gabriel, I'm gonna go Bruno. So we'll see what happens next week. So that's FPL. I'm gonna talk before we go finish FPL, differential cap picks. Do you want to say what?
So differential picks. Obviously, every week the panel give you an option for a differential player that we think could perform well and deliver you back some points. At the moment, the table looks as though in last place is Craig KSR. He's got 46 points from his differential picks. 48 points. Pilot is in third place with 65. I'm in second with 72. And Corey, still leading, is on 81 points. So the picks that we choose are players that are 15% or lower ownership. This week, you've chosen yours, right?
Mm-hmm. Palmer. I'm back in Palmer.
Do you know what? To be fair, you're back in Palmer. I appreciate that. Originally, you were going to back, obviously, who you think is a must-have, which is Bruno, but he's 21% and some change owned.
Yeah, he's owned by too many people.
Which shows a lot of other people are
Thinking the same.
Yeah, thinking the same. They're on the same thinking wave as you. But I'm going with DCL. Obviously, the last 2 games he hasn't done anything, but they're playing Leeds. No, he does play for Leeds.
He plays for Leeds.
They're playing Fulham. Whilst Fulham has given some good performances recently, they've conceded whilst doing so. And obviously, DCL, I think that's his opportunity to pick up on that form that he had. I don't think his purple patch is over, so he might get a goal and assist.
I think confidence is sky high.
Has to be, though.
Has to be, bro.
Because I think DCL was one of those players that people thought, yo, he might actually become something, in the Prem. And no offense to Leeds, but obviously he's gone down to be playing for Leeds, and this is his chance to be like, obviously, and he came on a free, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Came on a free, and he's like, yo, listen, there's value to my name, there's value to my name, and he's proven it.
Who's Chaos going for Gordon? I've got that written down.
KSR's going for Gordon, and Corey is going for Wirtz.
So Gordon, I think Gordon's a good shout. Like playing Wolves, he is a creative output for them.
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm surprised I didn't go with Barnes. I can't see Barnes' ownership being over that.
No, I don't think Barnes is.
Yeah, but Barnes, do you know what? He's a weird player because he doesn't seem to play every game, but when he does play, he seems to have an output.
But they do that as well. Like, it's Barnes and Gordon. Like they do rotate that wing quite a lot, and they've both been injured this season. They both come back. Do you know what I mean? And Gordon's not as efficient as he was last season, but he's still Gordon, isn't it?
But Barnes is still efficient.
He's still efficient, yeah. And Wirtz, I think Wirtz is coming into his.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? When you saw the game against Arsenal, you finally started to see the Wirtz of why Liverpool bought him. His little runs, he was getting in the box. Obviously, nothing came from it, but
it wouldn't. But it's fine. I'm joking.
Nothing came from it, but it was good to see the Wirtz that we thought was coming to the Prem potentially show up in that game. And you know what? We'll see if he continues on in his next match.
Right, so that's FPL done. So yeah, we've got our differential picks. We've got your must-have this week and our team of the week's bum of the week. Now I want to talk. We've had a few other tournaments happening over the weekend. We've had FA Cup. Yeah. And the Dreys, I want to say Dreys. So we say Dreys and Pain, depending on who you support. The Dreys and Pain of the FA Cup. I think we had the biggest defeat in FA Cup history, considering, I'm not saying like goals scored, but from the gap from one team to another.
Yeah.
So we had Crystal Palace lose away to Macclesfield Town. Macclesfield are a new team as well. They're in the North National League. So I think it was like, I don't know how many, I think it was like 100 and something teams in between them.
Yeah, and the thing is, well, it's not even like they're bossing the National League either. No. They're like a mid-table team.
No, they're the lower mid-table, yeah. And they were playing on the 4G pitch as well. But literally, they're playing on...
So they're playing in goals.
Yeah, literally playing Power League, bro.
Shout out Power League.
Yeah, Glasner said at the end of the match, his under 21s could have done better. And I watched the match and I was like, wow, they actually got outplayed. Macclesfield's captain, I can't remember his name. He scored a goal, and he's like that real typical English midfielder. Like, Dawson, yeah. So he was there bagging it. Man cut his head, had a headband on. Typical English. He epitomised what like the FA Cup is, in it, yeah. And they've gone. Well, they are at home, and they've knocked. Remember, Crystal Palace are the current holders.
Yeah. Knocked out. Do you know what I think? I think they came to that game and they said, "Look, guys, we know we're not supposed to win, but do you know what the best thing we can do is give our fans a game."
No, they gave
it their all. They gave it more than 110%, and they've come out and win. And I think it was so deserved because they played so well.
I hope they get an away match to like a Arsenal or Man City. I would say United, but United's not there. But I hope Macclesfield will get an away match where, or maybe a home match. I don't know if probably how the split worked with the money, but like they've made so much money in this last round. I think it was like £400,000 or something they made. And I hope they get a big game against a big team. I think they deserve. I don't want them to play someone in league.
Do you want that because you want them to be underdogs and win, or just
for atmosphere for the FA Cup? Like the small man against David against Goliath type of thing.
But they just done that.
Yeah, but
I think if they do that again and lose, that's dread. I want them to go through at least another round just to be like, sure, yeah.
Okay, so you rather them have like a lower team, and then
I'd rather whoever they have next they win.
Okay.
Obviously, it would be great if they could do a double against Giants.
Yeah. The FA Cup brings out the greatest stories. Right. So I think another result that we got to talk on is United losing. They've been knocked out of both of the domestic cups in the first round. So the EFL,
Grimsby and then Brighton.
Yeah. So I didn't watch this match because I was driving. But on paper, your team looked good. Like on paper.
Yeah. But do you know what? On paper, our team usually does look good.
Yeah, it's true.
It's the team being able to play well together and finish their chances, which is what is the biggest struggle for United at the moment. I think even possession-wise, we had more possession, chances created. I think we was more on that. We had more shots on target, but it's just we're not clinical enough.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong. Obviously, Brighton's not a terrible team. It's not like losing to Grimsby again. It's just like another Prem team.
But they rotated.
That's what I was going to say. It's just like another Prem team. But at the end of the day, they didn't put out their first 11. We rotated with, I don't know who our first 11 is, who actually play. I know who I think it should be.
You got people missing as well. You still had Bruno. You still had Cunha. You still had Sesko.
And this is what I'm saying. They're still the people that we expect
Dogu
to play.
Was there. Dallo was there. Martinez.
There's no other team. Our first 11 is whoever we can put out. We don't have depth. So for me, it was a game that I feel as though it's disappointing to lose 2-1 to Brighton's second team. But it didn't surprise me. I actually thought Brighton would have been the team that success, but it was just disappointing that we didn't make more of a game about it and didn't finish enough chances.
Another team that's been knocked out, Prem team that's been knocked out by a lower division team is Nottingham Forest to Wrexham. Hey, Wrexham's on some charge, you know.
This is what I'm going to say. Bro, they've been on a charge since my man bought them.
Since the Disney series.
Listen, Wrexham have been on a charge. Every season they're going up.
They're only a couple points off the playoffs as well for the Championship.
I hope they get through.
So if they do that, yeah, they could be in the Premier League soon.
Listen, they're going to have a Netflix series, a Disney series every season moving forward.
Because Wrexham are on 4 wins in their last 5. They're
got 3 points from the playoff.
1 point from the playoff.
1 point from the playoff.
Because it's 6, isn't it? The first 6.
Yeah.
So 1 point from the playoffs. Wrexham, they've done I think it's been back to back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like every season they've gone up a level. Obviously, they're in the Championship now. If they get into the playoffs and they manage to successfully come through, that
is a mad story.
That in itself is insane.
But do you think if that happens, we're going to see a lot more foreign investors trying to buy smaller teams and do Football Manager and take them up to the... Because I've done that bare times.
Yeah, 100%. You always have that season.
Yeah.
You start off with your team that you support.
You
do what you want to do.
Yeah,
and then you're like, all right, let me see what project I do.
Yeah.
I think it will. I think it will be. I mean, the Premier League is the number 1 football league in the world. And I think for a lot of rich people who are looking for something to invest, seeing what Ryan Reynolds has done with Wrexham, why not?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if there's some people that have already invested in certain teams, but we just don't know.
Yeah, don't know. Yeah, or like they might not be that like not famous, but they still want to be in that public eye.
Silent investors.
Yeah, silent
They've
investors.
dropped the P's, but they're not the face of it.
Yeah. Also, so Wrexham knocked at Forest. Corey said they're going to stay up this season, but they might get relegated. What do you think? Because to be fair, they just had a relegation against West Ham, or match against West Ham. They won 2-1, which put a little bit of daylight between them.
Yeah.
But the Prem table, do you think Nottingham Forest could go down?
I don't think they will go down. And it's mainly got to do with the people below them.
Oh, so poor.
Like, obviously, we know Wolves is going down. Burnley, I just don't think they have what it takes to come up from where they are.
Mm-hmm.
And the only team they will probably have to worry about is West Ham. But they're like 7 points away.
Yeah.
And it will have to take a lot for West Ham to turn this around. And do I think they have what it takes? No, I don't. I think Nottingham Forest is one of those seasons where the team that's in 17th and 16th, they are lucky that the teams are doing so bad that they don't have anything to worry about.
That's kind of like Man United lost. I'm not sort of talking about Man United.
No, it is.
It
is. We're lucky.
Yeah.
Grateful, even.
Grateful. All right, another Prem team that got knocked out was Tottenham. Thomas Frank's Tottenham. They lost two. To be fair, they lost 2-1 to Tottenham, to high-flying Aston Villa. Mm-hmm. I'll kind of say they're overperforming right now because they're being so consistent. I think that's their standard now.
Yeah.
But is Thomas Frank at risk? Is he under pressure right now? Because he's got 1 win in 5. I think he's got 2 losses, 2 draws. And I feel like they're kind of like in a free fall a bit because...
They are. I'll be honest with you. Tottenham is looking how United looked last season. I think they're 14th in the table. And at the moment... I'm not seeing anything tactically from Thomas Frank that makes me think, or even player-wise, that makes me think from Tottenham that they're going to pick it up. They're going to go on a run. I don't think he's at pressure of losing his job as yet.
But I'm like,
what does it take?
What does it take in this day and age for someone to lose their job? But I don't want people to lose their jobs or their livelihood, but obviously this is a result-based business, isn't it? So
yeah. The thing for Tottenham, obviously, they're still in the Champions League. For how long, who knows? Because they've got Dortmund coming up next.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's the fact that shaking things up now when you've got Champions League and Premier League, and I don't think they're looking to get rid of him. If he loses against Dortmund and being in the Champions League is at jeopardy, I think that's when the pressure really gets turned on.
Yeah, but also, like, if you look at last season, they got knocked out every car. Obviously, they won Europa in the end, but against a poor Man United. But they were when they finished, like 15th.
They weren't far from us.
Yeah, so they had a poor season domestically as well, but Europe saved them. So I think my take on Thomas Frank is he's still a small-time manager, like mentally. Like, I don't think he's going and think, I'm Tottenham, let's go. And sometimes I feel like he's played a bit reserved, like his tactics ain't, like even when they played against Arsenal, like I'm like, bro, you didn't come here to play properly. I know everyone does the low, but it's a derby. Like, come and give us some, innit?
This is the thing about derbies though, and it's similar to like what we were talking about with who comes in at United and where they play. Yeah. I think some managers, they're not coming in with the fight of a derby match. And I think that's what makes those sorts of games, like Thomas Frank done. Obviously, he played that low block. But I don't know. I sit there, when I look at Tottenham, I'm thinking, how are they going to do better? Which player is going to stand out for them?
No, they've got Simmons.
Simmons isn't enough. Simmons can't carry Tottenham.
What? They got...
Don't worry, I'll wait.
But their squad's not that bad.
It's not bad, but Tottenham is... With the players that they have at the moment, the manager needs to find a way to extract the best out of the players. Yeah. The formation, the strategy, and what he's doing for them in each game to see Tottenham do better.
All right.
And maybe he's still finding what that path looks like.
So you think he's going to be here at the end of the season?
I'll tell you, depending on how the Champions League game goes.
I think even though we had 1 sacking or two
sackings.
Well, I'd say one was a departure, one was a sacking. In the last week or two, I still think January's a hard time because you really can't bring in players, so you're stuck with the manager's group from before.
The thing is as well, remember, by the time next week games come up, it's the middle of Jan.
Yeah.
I think to sack a manager then, giving a new manager 2 weeks of transfer window, if he's allowed to do anything.
If they're allowed to.
Is a little bit harsh and a bit risky for Tottenham. And I think the later on things go, unless if things get so bad where they're literally a couple points off getting relegated, I don't think they'll get rid of him.
Fair. Right, I want to talk some positive in the FA Cup. Obviously, we had the Magic, we had Macclesfield, but we had Martinelli score. We had another Gabriel scoring from corners. Not the Gabriel, you know what I mean?
Not the Gabriel we're used to see scoring from...
he scored 2 headers against Portsmouth. Portsmouth did score first, but we ended up winning 4-1. How do you feel about Arsenal's chance in the FA Cup?
Well, Arsenal always have a chance in the FA Cup.
I'm saying it's our trophy.
It's your trophy. It's the trophy you seem to be able to win.
That's it.
Huh?
Okay.
No. Do you know what it is? I think Arsenal. No, but honestly, Arsenal always have a shot in FA Cup. I think this season specifically, you have a chance in any competition that you're in. You've got the depth, you've got the quality, and I think I'll be surprised if you don't walk away from this season with 2 trophies.
True.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. But yeah, big up Nelly scoring your first hat-trick for Arsenal. He did listen.
He did a mazza the game before that though.
Oh, the Bradley thing.
Like,
We'll talk on that. We'll talk, and then we're gonna come back. Any other business, we're gonna talk on that. But yeah, he did miss an open goal as well. I know you ain't seen it, but he did miss an open goal. Shocking open goal.
how bad was it? Yeah, I weren't able to see it.
Bro, if you've done that 100 times, you're scoring 99.5 times. Like,
Was this before he scored his hat-trick or during or?
I think it was just after his first goal.
Okay.
I can't remember. Yeah. So shocking. I like this tournament because I don't think it gets the respect of the world, but for our people, it's a.
When you're saying our people, as in for Arsenal fans or English people or?
For people that are not English.
Okay. Oh, sorry, I thought you were still talking about FA Cup.
Oh, no. Sorry, we're moving on. To the next tournament. So we've got AFCON. And if you've got any friends or families that got that African heritage, you know how patriotic they are and passionate they are to their teams, no matter if their team's small, big, or whatever. The energy, the atmosphere is crazy. So right now, we've got the semi-finals happening, or they're gonna happen. Semi-finals, we've got Senegal vs Egypt. And we've got Nigeria vs Monaco. Morocco. Nice. I don't know why I said Monaco. Morocco. I wanted to talk about Nigeria first because Iwobi, and I know everyone's going to talk about Osimhen, but I think Iwobi right now is one of the players of the tournament. Iwobi, I don't know what he's been doing. He's been balling out. Osimhen's sitting on 4 goals, 2 assists, which is good for any national tournament.
Yeah.
And then we've got Egypt. Salah. Remember we had the whole Salah thing and Carragher talking about what has he done for Egypt. They're in the semi-finals.
And we're in the semi-finals because of Salah.
Yep, he's scoring as well. He's scoring. So prediction-wise, Senegal vs Egypt, who are you saying?
Senegal v Egypt. I think I'm going to go with Senegal, you know.
Against the grain?
Yeah.
Against Salah's got 4 goals in 4 matches, you know.
I hear that. But I said it from the start. I like Senegal's team.
Oh, wait, no, when we done our top 5, where did you put them?
First or second?
I ain't got the notes.
I really like Senegal's team. And I think they've got a very good balance from defence all the way up to attacking, obviously including the goalkeeper. I think Senegal is a really good team, and obviously they've got to the semis, and I think they give the performance that they're capable of. I think they could take Egypt.
Okay, I'm going Egypt on this one. All right, Nigeria vs Morocco.
This is the one that I think is harder.
Yeah.
Because obviously Morocco is the host nation. Morocco they played some great football. I don't know if you've caught.
I ain't seen a lot of their matches. I've seen the few highlights.
Morocco's been playing some brilliant football. And even again, I like the balance of their team as well. The thing with Nigeria is their firepower is absolutely insane.
Right now. Listen, right now.
But the other thing as well with Morocco as well is defensively, they've come up against quite difficult teams, more so than Nigeria.
So you think they've had the harder route to the final? What's that? We've got Diaz on. How many goals has Diaz got? 5. Osimhen on 4. So someone's scoring. Someone's scoring. So I'm gonna go. I want to say Nigeria. You gotta pick one, bro.
Do you know? I'm gonna double up and go against the grain. I think Nigeria is the favourites. But again, I'm going to go for a balanced team over individuals that can make the difference.
Okay, so your final is going to be Senegal vs Morocco.
Yeah. And you're going Nigeria-Egypt final.
Okay, so if it is Senegal vs Morocco, let's do our prediction. Who will win AFCON?
I'm going to say Morocco.
I'm going to say Egypt win the AFCON.
Cool.
Lock that in. So if we're right. Obviously, a few people got knocked out, a few people returning. I think the biggest notable ones is Mbeumo and Ahmad returning back to Man United. And they could be back ready in time for the derby.
Yes. I think whether it's going to be Fletcher or the interim, I think they'll be gunning to have them in that match.
Do you do the little playing words, Ollie gun? I see what you.
Did you like it?
I see what you done. I see what you.
Did you guys catch that?
I see what you done. I see what you done. All right, I think hopefully they come back because I think that will give some much needed firepower for Man United.
As well as just team morale, a boost in that as well.
Yeah, because when your star players come, you always feel better when you got the man around. When you look in the dressing room, you're like, oh, you got young buck over there. You're like, oh, you man, what is it? But obviously now you got the man them. Right, we're gonna finish up with any other business. This is where it could get interesting. First, like we just mentioned, Amrin being sat and the managerial gap at Man United right now. So we've had Fletcher for the last 2 games. Mm-hmm. He ain't won.
Yeah. What's that? A draw and a loss.
Yep. And then you've got Solskjaer coming in, potentially.
Carrick's another potential.
Carrick's there. So you've got... And I've heard a lot of the Man United legends, if you want to call them, icons, talking about they want someone that knows the Manchester way, the Manchester DNA. So them 3 coming in or potentially one of them 3 coming in, is that something that you want? And if so, who would you take out of them 3?
Out of those 3... I'm leaning towards Ollie. And I'll be honest with you, one of the main reasons is I miss how Ollie used to have the team playing. That was the last time I used to watch Manchester United play and enjoy the football we were playing. And almost to the point where I'm not even focusing on the results. Yeah. It was just like seeing exciting football, getting the wingers involved. It was brilliant to see them play underneath Ollie. So I am siding with him.
Fletcher? Because people speak about Fletcher in high regard, you know.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what? The thing with Fletcher, and I think why United like Fletcher, is because of the work he's done with under 18s.
Yeah, he's done the apprenticeship. He's gone through the stage.
And he's done really well with the under 18s as well. But I still would be looking at Ollie. If I was to probably line up, I'd probably be looking at Ollie, Fletcher, Carrick.
Yeah, because Carrick's done it before, isn't it?
Yeah, obviously Ollie's done it as well. They still sacked him. But the difference with Ollie is there were performances that he managed to get the team to pull out the bag. Yeah. Obviously, the most memorable one is the PSG comeback.
That's a good one still. But obviously, I feel like, and the thing is, I think you've got the team that suits Ollie as well. Like, we're talking about wingers, because back then you had the Rashford, the Martials, that will just run out, man. When I look at certain old Man United clips, I'm like, right, these men were linking out well, blood.
Honestly. And do you know as well, out of those 3 as well, whether or not Rashford personally wants to come back as well, I think Ollie's the only guy he will come back for.
Yeah.
If he wants to come back. Obviously, he's doing very well at Barcelona. Whether he's going to even consider coming back is a story, but I don't think he will come back for Fletcher or Carrick. It will be Ollie.
Do you think it was we spoke about the January sackings and whatever else. Do you think it was the right decision? Because I spoke about this Corey last week, but obviously he's an Arsenal fan. So as a Man United fan, do you think it was the right decision for Amrin to go? At that time?
At that time, yes. And I think what signed that contract for him to leave was his interview.
Yeah.
I think at a point, as a team, if your manager is basically going against the team, calling out the team, basically saying, I'm not who I am, who I'm supposed to be, I think at that point, the board's lost trust in you. The players are probably looking up at him like, what? And I think he has to go at that point.
Because no man's bigger than a club type of situation.
Yeah, and I think, obviously, you guys know from the beginning, from before Amrin, I've always been an advocate of a manager who comes in United needs to stay for a long period of time and he needs to have at least 4 transfer windows. But for me, that went right out the window from that interview.
But I think, is it a thing of that behind the scenes that he thought he was promised something and he didn't get it, and then he's... Remember, you're bringing a man in to do a job and then you're telling a man how to do his job.
Yeah, I think that definitely has a bit to play in it, 100%. Whether it's a miscommunication, misunderstanding or whatever, I think he definitely came in thinking he was going to allow to manage in a certain type of way. And when it came down to it, whether it's because of the performances or the results or whatever, that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So I think even on his behalf, he's probably a little bit annoyed because I genuinely think he had a plan for United. And I know, obviously, you've got your opinion on him selling that dream and saying, oh, it got worse and putting it on a chokehold. But I generally think he came in with a plan and he thought, I'm going to have the time and the resources to do what I need to do. And it's not going to happen straight away, but eventually I will get there. But like I said, from whether that was your plan or not, you can't, in an interview, you can't go out and talk about what the board's saying.
I think he knew that it was coming. So I think, imagine us man have a meeting behind closed doors. You tell me, oh, whatever, you lose this man. So he knew it was coming. So he just said, you know what, you man? It is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, I want to tell you some stuff, some home truths. I think, to be fair, I said this, I don't think a team Man United like agreeing, even though I thought he shouldn't have been there for the season, I think you should have got rid of him earlier or earlier in the season. But to do it in January when you're so close to top 4, you're not in Europe, you're top 6, so you could get Europa, and obviously you at the time was in the FA Cup. So potentially you could have seen the season out and done well, and then could have been like, all right, let's write the season off and whatever and start sacking or whatever. Because you really gave him 300 M's. You gave him 300 M's for his team. Yeah. Now you got now manager coming in. Let's say the manager
does. Have 2 weeks off the transfer window.
Yeah, but even if let's say forget the transfer, because now he's like, I don't even like Ebram or Cunha. It don't fit my system, or Dorgu don't fit my system. So now it's like, now we've got to spend more money to. Do you know what I mean?
100%. You've taken a step back with him, and like I said to you, I think if it wasn't for what he gave out as his now thought process or personality or characteristics after that interview, I still would have wanted him there. Like you said, obviously, we're floating around 5th to 7th, and although I wouldn't even call it stability, because obviously our performance was always up and down, but at least there was our league positioning had stability.
Yeah,
we weren't like, it wasn't where we're losing 3 games and then we're winning 3 and then we're losing 3. There was some form of stability to have us in that position. And I wish that interview didn't happen, or whatever caused him to say those things didn't happen, and he was able to see out the rest of the season, because I think that would have been a nicer place for the club to be, as opposed to sacking him and letting someone else take over. And hopefully, because the thing is, you got to think about now the team is most likely going to now learn a new strategy halfway through the season.
But I think as footballers, you already know certain things already, that like the fundamentals of football. Like if you're going to play a 4-3-3, you kind of know each one's role already, innit? Because you play the 4-3-3, if you play 4-4-2, you know what, it's only going to be and I think we over-analyse sometimes, because if you're telling me, I'm going to go play left back, I know what a left back I should be doing, innit? Like follow the right winger. If you want me to invert in, cool. Do you want me to be overlapping? There's certain basics to that role that it's going to be universal.
I think there is a foundation to that role, but I think what changes it is certain managers will have a different aspect of what they want certain players to do. 3-3-3. And managers also have to come in and see if certain players can do what his version of that 4-3-3 is. Or
that's why I don't think Fletcher's changed the formation, because he's like, these men already know kind of like to continue what you're doing, innit? So I think
to a degree, because obviously they can't really continue because they've been playing 3-4-3.
Yeah.
He's now coming in saying, all right, this is what I think you lot should have been playing. And he's probably trying to twiddle around to see what certain players can do to an extent and what he needs them to do in a match. But again, also for Fletcher as well, he's also obviously, he wants to get the interim job. So you
think he wants it?
Of course. 100%. I think he does. It's his story alone is going to be enough to make it. I've done well with the under-18s. I'm also a ex-United player. I know what they want. I know what...
The thing is, Fletcher he didn't get the respect. When you
as a player
that
he did it.
Because Fletcher is a baller. Yeah. He's a baller.
He was one of those players
even like Carrick though. Like Carrick was world class.
100%. I think that's what it is. These are played in teams that had a number of stars, but their contribution was overlooked. Yeah,
I think Fletcher, For me, I think Ollie's probably the best shout. He's proven. He's probably the most Man United the manager, because he's done it, and remember he's like, Ollie at the wheel, give him a contract. So there's some sort of relation there where I think there's good times where like Fletcher, he's come in and he's lost these results, hasn't been great straight away, so it's like there's already like a negative connotation there already. Can you do it? Or question marks. And Carrick, he's been there as well, where Ollie, I think he's probably the most fan favourite as well. Moving on, because you mentioned this as well,
Yeah, Nelly.
Nelly meets Bradley. So,
do you know, you're an Arsenal fan, so I'm going to let you lead this because I've got my opinions on it. But I'm going to let you lead. What did you think of that whole situation?
So I think it's all right. So the situation is, so that 93rd minute or whatever, Bradley goes down near the touchline and he's not pretending. Let me start again. Bradley's gone down near the touchline, 93rd minute. It's 0-0 draw. Obviously, Arsenal trying to put men forward, and it could be considered time wasting. Yeah. So Nelly's tried to push him off, obviously, because when you're off the pitch, you could get treatment and not affect the game. But I think it's now been a lot worse because Bradley's injuries is actually real.
Yeah, he's potentially out for the rest of the season.
Potentially, yeah, some knee damage. So I don't think, as a footballer, you should put your hands on anyone else. Yeah, and we know injuries happen because Nelly, you've been down. The thing is, Nelly goes down bare as well. Nelly goes down bare for little things. Yeah. So, but I understand the frustration of you want to get the game going. And I think Arne Slot said it very well when he said, look, he can't be mad at Nelly because he thinks Nelly's a good guy, and there is a lot of passion in football. And there's so many times that you've been in situations
where someone is wasting time.
Where someone's wasting time. Mm-hmm. So and you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know, like, come on, bro, like, get off the field, let's keep going. Because you wouldn't know, like, obviously injuries happen, but at the same time, how many dives are happening? How many guys are touching their face and they're going down and doing theatrics?
Yeah.
So I think it was the wrong thing for Nelly to do because on hindsight, we know it was actually a real injury. But at the same time, like, it happens across the board. I actually think he should apologise.
Yeah.
I think he should go out and say, you know what, Bradley, I'm sorry, obviously, heat of the moment, passion, feelings were running high, whatever. I'm sorry, obviously, it's fairly professional. I don't want no one to be ever injured.
Yeah.
But you guys just got a hat-trick, so...
So you don't care no
I'm joking.
No, do you know what? I fully appreciate and understand the passion of football, in especially playing it in those occasions. Obviously, it's a big match. You're trying to get the win. He's probably been frustrated throughout the match as well. But for me, and I know certain times the age thing shouldn't really make a difference. Actually, at the end of the day, you're playing first team football, you're playing in a home. But Bradley's young. He's only 22, 21 or 22 years old. Yeah. And I think what you see from a lot of young players, I personally think, is passion. And I think they more would prefer to be playing as opposed to wasting time. Because wasting time to a degree, you more see it in a lot of older players, a little bit more intelligent players, where they know what they're doing.
But we know that sometimes the managers say this, innit? If you get touched, go down, like... Yeah. Like, Liverpool went there, played a 5-4-1. 5-4-1. No real straight, obviously there are injuries, but they played worse in the false nine, so they weren't really trying to score. It's the first time in 200 something games that they had a shot on target.
Yep.
So they weren't really trying to score. So
that's what I mean. Like, I can see the frustration from Arsenal players, but in those situations when a player's gone down, I think you have to show a little bit of empathy.
Yeah.
In those situations, and I mean, obviously they're footballers. They're not actors.
Yeah.
Like, the pain you can see in his eyes.
Yeah.
Like. And then for you to just be behind him, I don't even think he took a second to even check to see potentially how bad it could be faking. I think he just saw a player on the floor. Because remember, he's from behind. He's kneeing him, trying to push him. And I think if you had a little bit of empathy in those situations, at least you would have just had that little quick check to...
But also, I think the position is played, like, if that's in the centre of the pitch, no one touches him. Nelly won't touch him. Because it's so close to the byline.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, blood, this roll off, blood.
Yeah.
Like...
But this is the thing as well. Remember, it's the job of the referees. In those situations, time gets added on.
Yeah.
So do you really have to be the one that's pushing them off the pitch? You're going to get extra time.
Yeah, it's true. You should,
There's a reason it's called injury time. If a player gets injured, some time gets added onto the pitch for that. In the game and that.
Yeah.
So you don't need to go above and beyond.
It's true, but obviously we're not condoning it. I think that he's wrong. I think he should apologise. And we hope Conor Bradley a speedy recovery because it is sounding like
a like they're saying he's out for the rest of the season. It seems as it
and that's a big problem because obviously that right back position's an issue.
Yeah.
Because Frimpong's not a right back. Frimpong's a right winger, bro. He's not a right back. I don't know, but he's quick though.
The thing with Frimpong is, I don't know if he's finding it difficult to play how he wants to play, whether it's down to him or down to the instructions he's getting. But you can see he's very direct, but he hasn't got much of an end result. And I don't know if it's because he's getting tied between, I know these men are going to be moaning, they won't be back there tackling that, but in that split second where he's got to make a decision, I don't know if he's throwing his back like, these not going to moan if this ball doesn't go where it needs to, are they going to moan and then bang before you know
then make it go where it needs to go, innit? Then shut mine up, innit? Shut mine up. But yeah, anything else you want to say for this week?
Not really, but do you know, actually, obviously we've got another 2 and a bit weeks. Are there any transfers you think is needed in this window for certain teams?
I think Crystal Palace, obviously they just got Johnson, but Crystal Palace need some depth. Like, Crystal Palace are looking tired. I think Man City need to stop spending, because what's happening with the charges? Like, have we just forgotten?
Charges? What charges?
Have we just forgotten? Like, Man City said, no, like, I will just buy this player. They might even go for Gay because they got...
Yeah, because they've got centre-back issues.
Like, what they couldn't say right. You know what? Forget what man are saying and what investigate, but this is just buy some more. So, I don't think Arsenal don't need anyone. Chelsea, they need a striker. Delap's not it. Man United.
There's a lot of stuff we need.
Do you really think so?
100%. There's no depth.
There's no depth. No, but where would be your first position to centre mid?
Centre mid, defensive mid.
Like a DM,
Yeah, like a 30 CDM, I think is actually quite pivotal.
I think this January is going to be quiet. I think there was a lot of good recruitment, good or bad. There was a lot of recruitment in the summer.
Yeah, a lot of money was spent. Do you think Bournemouth's going to do anything about replacing Semenyo? Because obviously that's probably the biggest loss they could have had this season.
I don't think so. Because do you know what it is? The price Semenyo went for, was it 40-something million, yeah?
Chump change
because the release calls. I don't think they could get... Remember, January, it's more expensive to get by players because you're disrupting. So I don't think they're going to get value for money for the 40 million. Like a decent replacement for 40 million. Unless they do like what Brentford doesn't find, or Brighton doesn't find these gems. I don't see it happening. Because remember, they've only one win in 11 or something like that. So it's not like they're even pushing for Europe, like really and truly. Do you know what I mean? So I think if they were pushing for Europe or in the mix, I think they would invest. But I don't think they're there or thereabouts.
Yeah, see, their thing, it was like low 60 million that they got for Semenyo. But obviously, what's my man's name? Ariola. Not Ariola. What's his name? How do you say his name? The Bournemouth manager. You know Corey's going to get onto us. I think he wants to replace Semenyo, but whether he'll be able to and who he's going to choose is, I think, what he's going to find really difficult. Because, like you said, they're going to be spending above what they usually need to spend if it was a summer one.
Do you know who would have been a good replacement for Semenyo? Johnson.
Yeah. But Crystal Palace needed him more.
Crystal Palace needed him more. I think Johnson. So I think it's going to be a quiet one. I think.
Yeah. Do you not feel quite happy as an Arsenal fan to hit a transfer window and be like, we don't need anyone?
I'm not saying we don't need anyone.
No, but every transfer window,
it's like, yo, what
we need.
Why are we not? Why we need to go here?
Obviously, for many a seasons you've been screaming for a striker.
I'm still screaming.
What are you saying about Gyökeres? Because I know we can't call him Glock because he ain't firing.
So I think because now there's two debates. There's debates of him scoring and there's debates of him making the team play better here because he's doing the striker's role. Yeah. But on the eye, no matter what he's doing, if he's running or whatever, creating space for Odegaard to play, for they're saying Odegaard is benefiting from him having space and all that. He cannot hold up the ball. He's one of, statistically, he's one of the worst hold-up players of the strikers.
I mean, statistically, he's one of the worst strikers.
Yeah. I don't know, we need a solution. I'm not saying, I don't want him to get red, but right now, I just don't think he's doing what he's meant to be doing. I said it from the get-go, and no one, if we go back onto the tapes, I'm saying, bro, his first touch is terrible. I want him to get on a scoring streak. I'm not knocking him. I just want him to start scoring.
Yeah.
Because I think once you get one or two, the confidence, because he must be there looking at, I done poor.
But the thing is, he has had one or two.
But one or two is not enough. As he needs one or two, like, one after each other. Not like one.
Has he this whole season, he hasn't scored one after each other? Because he's on what? Four or five goals.
Not enough.
No, he's on 5 goals because I know that he's one in front of Sesko at the moment.
Yeah, no,
Sesko's
I think
on 4.
Obviously teams set up differently, but I feel like honestly, his touches in there, his hold up play is shocking. Yeah, like that's all it is. Like he's running, he's making space, can't knock that. But then the chances that he does have, he's not being clinical. Like the other day, Jesus comes on. Second touch, scores a goal.
Yeah.
Like
even in the Liverpool game, he had a shot on target.
See, I was working that game anyway.
Yeah. My thing for Gyökeres is you was brought in to score goals, nothing else. So the whole argument around what he's doing outside of that, I think, is irrelevant.
That's when people are trying to make an argument, like, you know,
when they make an excuse.
Yeah, that's it. When you make, bro, you're not scoring. You're not doing what you're meant to be doing.
And as a striker, 7 games without a shot on target is insane. Even, look, as a United fan, even Sesko, who hasn't scored a lot of goals, he gets shots on target.
Yeah, I think Sesko will come good. My thing is, if Arsenal wasn't top of the league, there'd be a lot more spotlight on Gyökeres.
Yeah.
It's only because we're top of the league. It's like, your manager, if you're doing well at your job, and like, say like we do sales and you're getting your sales in, but you're not doing all your KPIs.
Yeah,
but money's,
they don't care.
They don't care. Money's coming in.
100%. And you get it across the board. And I think even from the fans, Arsenal fans are like, but who's top of the league? And I don't think that's all you do have to say.
But we could be top part of the league.
I hear that, but when you are top, no one else can't say anything to you. They can say this, but you're like, I hear that. Who's top of the league?
Yeah, and
it's only really going to bite you when it comes to the end of the season. If you don't end up winning, that's going to be when obviously all the talk is going to come.
Yeah.
Or where the talk is valid, I think. Because the talk is always going to be there, it's football.
But I think there's certain games when you're looking at your striker to make a difference. Yeah? Like, we've had a couple of 0-0s. We've had a couple, we've lost, there's a couple times, when we drew to Sunderland, drew to Liverpool to Sunderland. There's a couple of times you're looking at your striker to say, bro, make a difference. Yeah. Because you should be, your striker, your thing should be let me just get the ball and shoot. Odegaard's getting the ball and looking for the pass. Saka's there looking for the cross. And sometimes I'm looking at his movement and you're not there where the striker's not meant to be.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you know Saka's going to cut in.
Yeah.
And he's going to put it over the top. You know Odegaard's going to do a thing and you know Nelly's going to do byline and drive in their post. Why are you not there, bro?
Yeah. There was one thing that I saw, I think it was the Liverpool game, where Arsenal was on the attack and Donny was walking.
Nah, see?
And I saw that and I said, is this you as a striker, or is it Arteta's not making you attack as people are thinking?
No.
Do you think Arteta's putting him in there and saying, oh, you are the man that's supposed to get the goals? Do you think Arteta's actually saying that to him?
Well, you can't not be saying that.
So then how has he not been dropped yet?
Because I think
Because think about it, if you're, as a manager, if you're saying, you are there to score goals, that is your job. I'm telling you, be there and score the goals. If you're not doing that, why is he not getting dropped?
He's doing everything else that he wants him to do in the team except for score goals.
Yeah, but is he though? Because the amount of times he's not in position,
but he's
you can't say you're doing everything but scoring the goals, because those two things they don't go. You can't be deep and black.
He's attracting defenders towards him, and that's the argument. He's attracting defenders towards him, so defenders are not pushing. Say we've got 2 defenders here. When we had Havertz dropping here, so the defenders have got space to just chill. Now they've got to kind of drop, and so it's leaving Odegaard as a space to play by a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's creating more opportunities for a creative team, innit? But for me, you're a striker, bro.
Yeah.
You're meant to be a gunman.
Yeah, I hear that.
You're not glocking it down. I'm not seeing this. How many times but I want to be seeing this every week. I want to be like this. I just want to be walking around like this. I'm not doing it. But, yeah.
But look, like I said, at the end of the day, you're top of the table, so
far.
I feel good about that.
I feel nervous, but I don't know. And the thing is, I feel nervous as a fan. Imagine what the players are feeling, because I've been in this position a few times the last couple of years, and it's like Christmas is always peak for us.
Christmas is over, man.
Yeah. So,
Liverpool's done. Your run of games now as well.
No, we've got Man United.
That's it.
We've still got Chelsea. Villa's done now. We've not played with the home and away.
When you see the thing for me, when you
I don't think there's any easy team in the Prem because anyone can get a result and everyone plays in that, right, let's set up so we're not. And also what Arsenal pissed me off, Arsenal are not smashing teams, like they're not going out and whitewashing teams. Like possession base, but we're not there banging 5 goals.
But I think that's because, obviously, number one, your goals are shared across your team.
But we're still not banging them out.
Everyone's got a few, and I think...
Not enough, though.
No, obviously
no one's in double figures.
No, but that's the thing, because your goals are shared.
But we've got enough, man.
Because remember, before, when Saka was like main man for your goals and everything, you don't play like that anymore. No, because you've got players around that can do more now. So it's getting shared. And I think the idea of getting a striker was he was now going to be that main goal scorer.
But he should be on 10.
No, 100%.
Halfway through the season, you should be...
At a team like Arsenal as well, you should be. You've got enough creativity.
Challenge team, you should be on 10. But there's what's Thiago on? Thiago is banging for Brentford.
Thiago's like on 14 or something.
But Watkins, these girls banging...
There's a lot of people playing.
Except for us. But anyways, that's us. But yeah, we'll see. Let us know what you say about Gok. Subscribe, follow, the shebang. But until next week, peace.